Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to News Watch 12 midday. Right now you're taking a look at some clear skies in Wairika. This view coming courtesy of the Rain Rock Casino. Much better air quality compared to what we were seeing just a couple days back. 72 degrees already in Wairika, and with those easterly winds, we're even warmer along the coast, specifically in Brookings where we're already up to 77. But most of us inland already near 70 degrees. Let's go ahead and show you what happens with the smoke over the next 48 hours. And we put this in motion, stopping it right around dinner time. And I still think that the bulk of the smoke is just going to stay confined to the origin point of a lot of these fires. So in inland Curry County, western Siskiyou County, portions of Del Norte and Humboldt counties, that's where the thickest smoke will be. Elsewhere, not really a whole lot of anything, so we can expect more good air quality for inland areas. Now, here's where things get a little bit dicey as we move the timeline ahead to Friday, okay? Upper level winds shift out of the south and a little bit out of the west, so that means that this plume of smoke could become a little bit more widespread. So places like O'Brien and Cave Junction and Selma could see some much worse air quality compared to what those places are seeing for today. And then that plume of smoke is destined to spread even more as we head into Saturday morning. So I think the bottom line is that air quality will trend worse over the next couple of days, but still most of us seeing good air quality for today. Here's your hiking planner for today for the Rogue Valley. I think the best time to go on a hike would have been before this newscast aired, because once we're off the air, temperatures are going to get into the 90s and it's going to be quite toasty out there. So if you're going to hit the trails, just be sure that you're packing the sunscreen and that you are packing the water. So for today, well, just how hot are we going to be? Well, about 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of the year, which means we're going to be in the low to mid 80s to the east of the Cascades. Pretty close to 100 degrees within the Rogue Valley. A little cooler than that for the Shasta Valley, still around 90 though, and we are already at our forecast high in Brookings due to the Checo effect. The Checo effect is always a very pesky phenomenon to forecast for. So all in all, a nice day, just a little bit on the hotter side, but again, good air quality. Don't want to harp on that too much. And then for tonight, the smoke distribution is going to stay essentially the same. For the rest of us, clear skies and overnight lows that will resemble what we had for this morning, maybe just a smidge warmer. We'll be near 40 to the east of the Cascades, near 60 for some stretches of our west side valleys, middle 50s along the coast in Curry County, where we could have an interesting combination of haze, maybe even some marine layer clouds and patchy fog. Over the next few days, we're going to get even hotter in the Rogue Valley as we'll be right up against 100 degrees for Friday. A bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday, but still well above average for this time of the year. But thankfully, we do have some big time relief on the way as we head into next week. A cold front's going to pass, and that will, tank our temperatures down into the mid 70s come time for Wednesday. Now, unfortunately, that cold front's not going to come along with any rain. At least this iteration of the forecast says that we keep it dry. So, of course, we want rain, but we'll definitely take the cooler temperatures. And I think the cooler weather will make our fire weather impacts go down to limited next week, but in the meantime, elevated to even critical over the weekend. And we'll show you just how dry those fuels are going to be coming up a little bit later in the show. Here's the 7-day forecast for the coast. Some haze for today and tomorrow due to the proximity to the Anvil fire with winds coming out of the east, but they'll shift out of the west tomorrow. And that means that air quality should get a little bit better, and that westerly shift in winds will also help out with the firefighting effort of the Anvil fire. For Siskiyou County, highs will get into the mid 90s for the Shasta Valley on Friday. Temperatures will top out in the mid 80s for the Klamath Basin through the weekend. And then for the mountains, we'll also be in the mid 80s for Friday, a little bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday. And then for the Rogue Valley, near 100 for Friday, a bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday, and then a big old dose of fall for next week.